Okay, this is the third video from the ride we did a couple weeks ago. It is from the third gate back to the parking lot or camp out at Red River Motorcycle Trails. This is probably, well, it's the shortest and probably the most boring of the three videos. This area here is between the third gate and Texas Stadium, and
the problem is,
it's kind of
like
an area that we saw in a video.
It drops off into that trail.
Oh yeah, let me go look at it.
So we're checking that out, and Gary's going to go see to make sure that the other side of that hill didn't just drop off into a gully like I was kind of afraid of, but it wasn't. It's actually pretty easy. We saw the great thing about the internet these days is you can see videos kind of like this one and find new areas to ride. We had been riding, messing around in this little spot for quite some time, and then I don't know, a week or two ago somebody posted some videos of a bunch of guys doing some of these other different jumps out here, so we looked around for those, trying to find them, and found that one that I did over at the beginning of the video. So hopefully these videos will get people to some different areas of the park as well. This is why it's going to be boring now, is because this is basically what we used to call the road to Texas Stadium when we first started riding out there. We're leaving right up here is the third gate over to the right. The third gate is also the trials gate. That's when they have trials events. They park there, and that's the gate that they use to get access into the park. When we do the Enduro Master class and we go out to the park, that's also where we enter the park as well. We have the class over to the right, kind of in that third gate area. But this is, like I said, we called it the road to Texas Stadium. It's also sort of the same way you would get to Bill's Woods and all that. But it was always a lot of fun because you could get on this road, and then hitting all these little jumps and stuff like that is a lot of fun. It's a little bit of a high-speed area. I think I mentioned it in the other two videos, but they had some rain the night before, and then a little bit of rain that morning, so the dirt was supreme and absolutely great. A lot of times when it's really dry, you get out here in August, and this will all be fairly deep sand, not anything stupid like down by the creek, but some sand when you jump over it, you land it, and you kind of have to make sure you don't wash out. That's Dave in front of me now. Dave has been riding actually longer than any of us. When we first started riding, we kind of started off on adventure bikes, 650 GS and then 1200 GSs, and through all the adventure riding we kind of wanted to improve our skills off-road, so we went out and bought dirt bikes. And Dave, he works in the same industry we do, but he had been riding dirt bikes for a long time, so he's kind of the reason that we got so heavily involved in dirt bikes. It's kind of ironic now, we ride dirt way more than we do adventure rides because it's so much fun. Adventure riding's still fun too, but in a different way. Okay, we're just now passing Rocky Road. That was the beginning of the second video, but if you were to turn right there, you'd have gone back to Our Mountain and then back to the parking lot that way, or so I called it in this video, back to camp. This is just kind of taking the long way around. I think we rode a total of, on this particular run, I think we rode a total of maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours that I've probably cut down to about 30 minutes worth of video. But usually when we are finished with the ride and we're going to head back to camp, we like to take this kind of road. Sometimes we go through Our Mountain if we just want to get there and get there quick. But it's always fun going this way. Talking about Dave, like I said, he's been riding longer than any of us, but he kind of stopped. He doesn't ride as frequently as we do. I mean, we'll ride once or twice a week, and Dave will kind of go through little phases because he gets busy at work, and so he won't ride for a month or so. Then he'll try to hit one or two rides. He's on his TE250, his 2018 TE250 that he just bought. It's his first four-stroke. I'm sorry, his first two-stroke. He had a four-stroke before then, a 450, and he was always really good at this kind of stuff. I remember I'd get out and start riding with Dave and think, okay, I've been riding a lot. I'm gonna do really well. And we'd get on a road like this, and Dave I'd just be eating his dust. I've gotten a little bit faster, maybe a little more ballsy on some of this stuff. You think you're fast until you go racing enduro and an A-rider passes you. That's when you realize, I'm not fast. They kick up rocks and stay up in the air for a mile. Behind Gary now, he's got that Bill's pipe on his bike, which is pretty cool. The sound is great on it. A little bit louder, but it sounds really good. Okay, right here we're getting ready. Gary's going to slow down in a second, and then we're jumping into Mountain Creek. So this is the creek that runs by the parking lot. It is not the river. Sometimes I think people think this is the Red River. As far as the river goes, this Mountain Creek runs into the Red River. As far as the river goes, you can't actually ride on the rivers. The laws say that the Texas state line ends at vegetation on the Texas side of the Red River. So all of the Red River is actually in Oklahoma and therefore belongs to the property owners on the other side of the river, and they don't really want you riding on their property. So you can know that. Right there, you saw Gary slow down. That's because we were parked up by the pump jack, and I kind of missed it. It took me a second to realize that I had gone past it, so I turned around here. It was a good day, and that was basically the third gate back to camp, and hopefully I will make some more videos out here.